Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday morning, December 22nd. We're in the fourth week of Advent, the candle of love, and we are really getting close to Christmas. I don't know about you, but I'm finding that this Christmas, which you'd think would be tender and gentle and not very hectic since we can't go anywhere or see anyone or do anything, but I'm finding my anxiety levels are going through the roof. How about you? Maybe it's because I'm worried that I'm not seeing people, or I've been so preoccupied with what's happening and what I can and can't do and how to do what has to get done that I delayed and procrastinated things like Christmas cards and sending gifts. So they're going in the mail today. Hopefully they'll receive them during the Christmas season before January 6th. So they'll be received with the intention in which they were sent. But I'm finding, I don't know why, I should be feel so peaceful. Things are coming together. We don't have to go anywhere or rush anywhere. The meal is just for us, so it's a gentle one. And yet the anxiety in my heart is through the roof. I don't know about you, but that seems counterintuitive to what's happening. But the truth is that this is different. This Christmas is a very different time. We can't be with family and friends. We can't do the same things we've always done. We're kind of cooped up with the people we live with and can't get away from one another. And maybe that's causing a bit of stress as well. But we have to remember that when we feel anxiety, when we recognize it, when it hits our head that we're like, okay, what's wrong with me? Okay, I'm anxious or I'm angry or I'm stressed. That when we acknowledge that, then we can say to God, okay, now I know what the problem is. Now I need your help. Ideally, we would say that to God long before. But if you're anything like me, sometimes it takes me a while to even realize that I'm reacting and I'm not really thinking about what I'm doing or what I'm feeling or what I'm saying. I'm just my temper, my tone, my body are all reacting to something that I haven't paid attention to. And that's a good call to settle down, to sit down, to pray, to listen, to pay attention to this temple of the soul, this temple of my body that God has given me, to listen for what God is saying through my body, through my muscles, and to really pay attention and to pray and to ask God for peace and hope and some instruction. So this morning, my temper level is like here. Rob's paying for it, unfortunately. My anxiety level is like through the roof. And I'm trying hard to be faithful and patient. And so I looked up some scripture, and what did I find? But Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Absolutely. Our requests can sometimes be as simple as, God, help me to be peaceful. Help me to not be anxious. Help me to see you in what I see in the world around me. Help me not to worry. And I think that just the nature of this Christmas season, this Advent and Christmas, has got us all feeling a little overwhelmed and a little bit discombobulated. We don't know what to do or where to go, or if we can go anywhere at all. And that's kind of frustrating. So at a time when we are already in a place to be thinking about those that we see no longer, and we hope to see our children, our grandchildren, friends and family, and we can't see them this year, there's this added stress, I think, this year in knowing that we are supposed to be happy and joyous in Christmas. And the truth is, as our Blue Christmas service for the Diocese of Edmonton said last night, this is not necessarily a completely joyous occasion. I think it's important that we recognize both the joy and the peace, the hope and the love that comes with Christmas, but that joy and hope and love and peace enter into our world, sometimes break into the world we are living in, which is filled with despair, which is filled with discord, which is filled with fear and hate. And right now, I think people are probably stepping on each other's last nerves. We're angry, we're frustrated, we want to have back all the things we feel that has been taken from us. And it's tough. So this Christmas, I invite you to be honest with yourself and with God. Be honest with your family if you're feeling a little stressed and anxiety and anxious. Let them know that they're not the problem. but you're working on it. And let God know that you need his help, because we can do this if we're honest with ourselves. Because if I wasn't honest with myself and pretended that everything was fine, we'd be heading for divorce court, because he wouldn't be able to live with me. I need to be honest with myself that things aren't fine. I miss the people I see no longer. I miss the people I can't see because of the pandemic and where we live. I miss a sense of being able to worship with my congregations and to be able to say, this is the light of Christ. This is the love and presence of Christ in our lives, together with people as we lighten the darkness on Christmas Eve. We can't have that this year. But what we can have is knowing that all of those things that we have experienced in the past, we will experience in the future. This is not the end. This is just a pause in the middle of a long life filled with joy and peace, hope and love. And so I thank you for your patience in your worlds, for the prayers that you say for the people that you love, for the opportunities that you take to sit down with God and say, I don't know what's going on in my head or my heart, but please help me to know you. Help me to feel your peace and your love, and help me to know your strength. We are all in this together. We can do this. So tomorrow, I won't do a church at home in the morning, because our Christmas Eve service will be up and running by 4:30 on my Facebook page and on the church's Facebook pages and YouTube. Christmas Day on Friday, the service will be up. A quiet contemplative service will be up for 10 o'clock in the morning. And then we should have a diocesan-wide lessons of carols and lessons in carol service for Christmas on Sunday, and I'll post those through my website or through my YouTube page and the Facebook pages in my own as well. So have a blessed day. May your Christmas Eve and your Christmas days be beautiful and peaceful, and may your new year be filled with hope and joy. God bless you, everybody. Thank you. Happy Advent and almost Merry Christmas.